Next item is item number 6 of the public forum, and this is a time when you can state your concerns. So if there's someone from the general public who has an item they wish to discuss. Yes, sir.
You may think from some of the letters to the editor you've seen in the paper, I'm Cherokee, that I'm against government spending. That's not the case at all. What I'm against is reckless government spending, and I believe the Cornerstone building is an example, and let me explain why. You've stated that the reason you bought the Cornerstone building was because you were out of space with DSS. But I would argue that that's just a symptom of the problem. You're throwing money to fix a symptom. It's like putting a cold compress on your foot if you have a fever. You take that compress away, you still have the fever. Have you considered that there may be another cause of the problem, such as maybe you're inefficient and you've hired a lot over the years that just added to that inefficiency? Maybe you haven't taken advantage of technology, but I would argue that the real root cause is the fact that we have more and more people on the DSS rolls. If you propose that you're going to spend a couple $1 million to help find a way to get people off those rolls, I would be your biggest advocate. But that's money that will be returned over and over, year after year. Throwing money at a symptom, you're just leaving it for somebody else to fix. Now, I'd like to talk about the courthouse a little bit. We all know that there's issues with the courthouse. We all know that it's not ADA compliant. We know there's things that need to be done. But there are literally thousands of 100-year-old buildings across the country that have been effectively renovated. Did you bother to benchmark some of those best-in-class examples to see what other people have done so you don't reinvent the wheel? Have you done a full needs analysis of all the stakeholders? If so, where's the data? If you'll make your case, I will be your strongest supporter behind these. But I think the approaches that you've taken on both of those didn't follow good business practices that a freshman business major would have understood. So that's my concern. And I think you would agree that we're your boss. Your bosses say, stop this reckless spending, think it through, and we'll support you. That's all I've got to say. And by the way, if the incoming commissioners think I'm going to be any easier on them, those that know me.
I feel like we've done a good job, and I feel like in your letters, you call us unprofessional and political. And I resent that. I resent that because we've not made a decision behind closed doors. We've done it here in the open with the press here. Every decision we've made has been thought out. Every decision we've made has been studied.
With all due respect, you weren't listening to what I said. I clearly agreed that we need to do something with the courthouse. All I asked was, and pointed out, and I've been involved, I've managed building renovations all around the country. Have you benchmarked examples of best in case, best in class, so you're not reinventing the wheel, do this efficiently? I want to see the data of all your benchmarks. That's easy to do. You know, I've done it a lot for many years. I used to have people doing that for me. And the second thing, so I agree that we need to do something with the courthouse. I just think the approach is wrong. On the DSS building, you've solved the wrong problem. It's not a space issue. Invest money in getting people off the DSS rolls. That's where you need to be spending our money. That's the simple root cause analysis. And, you know, that's what we want to address. We expect our commissioners to spend our money wisely in solving problems, not solving symptoms.
And I think what Mr. Kilpatrick is inviting us to do is take those statutes and tear them up. And that's when we get in trouble. And that's when we get the county in trouble. We don't set those parameters that you're talking about. As Mr. Sumner alluded to, those are set with state and federal government. And I sat on the board of social service for 3 years, Jerry, and I get so frustrated I want to scream. What goes on over there and seeing 53% of our people on welfare in this county. And I don't like it because I have to go out and work every day and help pay for this. So, I don't like it, but I keep violating the statutes that are set forth for us to follow.
You guys don't get it. You don't get it.
What part don't we get?
Ask everyone in this room. I'll bet you they all get it.